Hey, welcome guys, and this is another little tutorial. Now, I've been working on getting rid of a lot of these little questionable scripts and strip away the controller for Unity's little project, you can say. Now, I've done a lot of it, but the thing is, I wanted to share what I've done so far, so I've, I've pretty much got the controller down where we don't really want it anymore. I mean, some of that extra stuff that we just didn't want. And where's my... Ah, there he is. Yay! There's the pushing that I've been working on a little bit. Maybe not as much push force, but, who cares, right? We're just tinkering. Now, the weapon script hasn't been changed yet for what needs to be done. And this is because I got a capsule collider on it, so I can sit here and roll the dead bodies over, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, what I wanted to get to now, as this controller is and everything else, I pretty much stripped it down to the basics that you actually need. It still uses a character controller, which we should need. Okay, and I don't do anything with the audio just yet. Now, I went and changed the input system to a script that's on the player now. And the reason why I've done that is if I try to use this in multiplayer or anything else, this is the script that will really hurt if I have an abstract class, okay? There's some checkings and everything else, but it would be a nightmare. I just need one script to shut off and then he has no inputs. So that way I can change everything else, Hey, I'm just going to care about his positioning data. Well, I can do that in a simple lerp and, pass in a vector and the quaternion, right? I don't need to know this other stuff unless it's actually necessary. Which this right here is not going to be necessary. We can have it in a different class and pass it around like we need. So this right here should be right here. This is it. Very familiar, pretty much the same thing, except it's a class, mono behavior, and it's not abstract anymore. That's all I've done. Bam. So easy. Now it's still subjugating and passing this, but it's pretty easy to do, right? Now, the one that you haven't seen is this one. This is the newest of the basics of a controller. Okay, this has got speed, jump. You can change how much you want to jump. You can put it. Well, don't do that. Like 36 or something like that, and then just go into here and just pretty much go to town and just wee, and then you come back down sometime. Yeah, now I'm coming back down. Blah blah blah. Ooh, yeah, whatever. Okay, and this makes it a lot easier for us to. Let's not have it that high. I forget what I had it before. Okay, probably 9, 7, 8. Okay, whatever. It seems sensible. This gravity multiplayer gravity thing, it's how much the physics engine has been pulling you down. So it's really easy. Now the mouse look class hasn't changed. It's a simple variable like this. Okay, but the weapon management has changed. So now it's completely different, and it's part of the player controller class. Now, you might say, why'd you make it part of that class for? Well, the thing is, I didn't see the reason to have three, all these different scripts doing what a variable would do. And two, you know, this seems like something that, if you wanted to pass around like your movement information, if you have it a variable, you can do that really easy. So, and it just it just seems more sense to me. Now, a character controller, you already know what that is. Really basic stuff. Okay. So we're gonna move into our mouse look. Mouse look, no changes. Okay. This is this baby that you're gonna be wanting to see because this is a controller, and I don't know why we have this, but it has to be serializable, I believe, and this is the variables for all of it. Now, this is a different class altogether. You won't have this script. Okay, you'll have this script, but not this one yet. Okay, and I wanted to talk about this first. Now, this is our starting. The reason why I like it in this class and everything else, if you have firing orders that check variables in other scripts, but this one like runs first before the other class can, if it checks the camera or anything and it's null before it's actually initialized, it'll throw errors and you'll have all kinds of problems with it. So I just don't deal with it. This is just camera.main, the main camera, which, you can pretty much. And then here's an update. Now, the reason why I like this being this way is the manager, we can limit the update cycle based on time, just like we did over here with our shooting up here, based on fire time and then add some delay. You can do that in the update loop on our weapon management class. Okay. Oh, here we can limit this. We can limit the mouse look if we wanted to. Now, I check if the controller is grounded, and then I pass the variables. It's because I didn't like. Okay, the other controller, what was really dumb was if you sit here and hit jump, it would jump, and then as soon as you land, it would jump again. That was irritating, and I couldn't figure out how to get it to quit doing that. So I'm like, screw it. I'll just make my own controller, blah, blah, blah. Stuff like that. Okay? No big deal. Why can't I move? This is... What? Because the input system is taken up. Shut off. Okay. So, it makes it a lot easier. Okay? And this is the move direction, which is a vector 3, which we put our weapon inputs, which I pass in as a variable now. And it gets in the beginning. If it's null, if we forget to put it in there, we just get the component, which, the get component calls, that's what I'm talking about. If this is null and then the update happens where it's checking it, or maybe you're trying to pass it in before it does this, this is why this is a lot better. Because this start controls these two starts right here. If this will always execute first, and then these will. Saving you from doing script ordering and stuff like that, which I don't want to get into because I avoid it. Because you can break stuff if you're not careful. Now, the move direction, like I said, is vector 3. We always pass 0 into the Y because that's our jump, okay? See our move.y, jump speed, we're passing it in. But the thing about it is, the move direction, why is this here? Okay. Because we need like the directional of the transform. Okay, it's hard to explain, but yeah, you need this. Okay, and then you got your move direction times by speed. We times it by speed. That way, it's like kind of frame rate dependent. So, well, this is what makes it frame rate dependent. The time.delta time. It's the delta time of each frame. So you're going to get it no matter what anyway.